Greetings. It's TKTRAV, Travis Magus, back with LVX777. I found somebody in person today. Well, they found me rather, and they told me they've seen my videos and a lot of my Instagram posts, from here to 2 years back. And he was saying that, wow, I got a lot to learn. There's so much stuff out there. I need to wake up, he says. And after that, he said, but then I just got hungry and went to the fridge and sat down and started watching TV again. And my response to that was, yeah, man, the conscious mind is a beast. So I wanted to talk a little bit about the conscious mind. That's essentially the job of the conscious mind in relation to the subconscious mind, which is what we've been talking about every single video. The subconscious mind is the generator of your reality. The subconscious mind takes your imagination and combines it with your emotion to build the reality that you want. And if you're not in control of it, then it just kind of runs amok on its own. Or better yet, it is programmed by other people who have their interest at heart. Commercials, products, corporations, things like that. But anyways, I said the conscious mind is a beast. The job of the conscious mind in relation to the subconscious mind is to pretty much cock block. It is designed to keep you in your routine pattern, your routine everyday pattern. It's designed to keep you distracted and keep you from focusing on deliberately changing anything when it comes to your psyche. Because the subconscious mind has developed an entity of its own, a personality of its own. The conscious mind has developed a personality of its own. This is what we call the ego, the false self. Over the years, dozens of years, over decades, it convinces you that it and you are the same thing, that you cannot be separated from it, that it is you. This is what the ego is. It needs to be protected and safe. So whatever went into your subconscious mind, whatever trauma from your childhood, whatever symbols that you've ingrained, and whatever repetition that you've learned from your childhood and growing up, it wants to keep things the way that they are. Because these are the things that built that ego. So it doesn't want you to tamper with it. Okay, it's a safeguard for itself. Okay, and this is the beast. This is the enemy, if you really want to get down to it. When we're talking about know thyself and metaphysics and spiritual awakening, this is the main obstacle, overcoming that ego, overcoming that conscious mind. So I say all that to say, once you do begin to start learning the knowledge and getting into the wisdom, learning about the principles of creation and how to manipulate them to your desires, the conscious mind will begin working against you. It'll begin throwing more attention towards distractions. For example, in this case of the young guy, it was hunger. Hey, and all that stuff you're looking at is cool and all, but let's leave that there and go get something to eat. Man, you know what? TV show's on. Let's sit down for a little bit and watch it. Oh, we're sleepy. Let's go to bed. Oh, we're horny. Let's look at porn instead. The conscious mind is there to cock block your spiritual progress. So understanding that the conscious mind is going to provide shit tests for you, that's not where you stop. That's an opportunity to strengthen your spiritual muscles and start to recognize and overcome these obstacles. When the conscious mind throws distraction at you,
it's 12 o'clock.
Thanks, Maxine. This is why we meditate, so that we can strengthen our focus and our resolve. When distractions do rear their ugly heads, that's when we begin to say, all right, I know what this is, and I know where that distraction is going to lead me. A waste of time. Sure, one of my 5 senses might be pleased, but I didn't grow. I didn't gain anything. There was no work done here. There was no spiritual development or progression. So instead of going that route, let's continue with the studies. Let's fight just a little bit harder to focus reading. let's just meditate for a little bit longer. Let's begin to work on that project that we've been putting off. Let's continue studying. Let's continue this conversation that I'm having with this person. Whatever the case may be, just know that when you start really getting into the wisdom that can change your life, take it as a sign that you become to get instantly more distracted. And that's where you start to see the separation of the true you and this false identity, this false prophet, this ego, this false self. He will begin to separate and speak with you as a separate entity. Hey, let's turn back around this way, man. Before it's me. Oh, I gotta go to work. Oh, I gotta pick up the kids. Oh, I gotta buy this grocery. Oh, I have to pay this bill. But now when you start getting to the wisdom, hey, you don't want to be looking at that. Yeah, you don't want to study that. This is boring. Let's go do something else. Our parents don't do that. Our homies don't do that. Let's do what we always have done, so that we can stay where we're always at, where it's safe. And you can't blame it. You can't fault it. It's survival. This is the thought form. This is a spirit that we've developed. This is oh my gosh. Everyone is born with these 4 angels surrounding them. And together they make up the tetragrammaton. They are what we've come to know as Yaldabaoth, the demiurge. And this is the presence of that energy. It manifests itself through you as your ego. It is the blind and jealous God. And you stomp around through life not knowing why you do what you do. And you're just drug along like, dead weight. And then you die, and the process starts over again. In a way, it's kind of like a parasite feeding off of your energy so that it can exist a little bit longer. Because everything in this existence is parasitic and carnivorous. We have to either consume something to continue, or we have to be a parasite onto something in order to continue. So recognize this is going to be your biggest obstacle. Overcoming your self, your false self, your ego, because you're attached to it. There's no way that you're not. You've grown up your whole life. And see, this is the thing that's connected to the zodiac. Oh, I'm a Gemini, so I have these dual personalities. Yeah, but that is the particular archon that you came into this world through. So you've got the qualities of that, one of those 12 spirits. So the key is to overcome that, because that's part of the personality. You don't have just those qualities. You have all the qualities. But when you overcome your humanity, you're not subject to any of those qualities. You can overcome the dual personality of Gemini. You can overcome the stubbornness of a Taurus. You can overcome the fiery nature of the Aries. You can overcome the dreamy psyche of the Aquarius and get down to business, or the Pisces. You don't have to stay where you are. This is why it's called spiritual growth, because we're growing past flesh and matter and evolving into what we're supposed to be. We're peeling away the layers, essentially. The deeper you go into this, the more you realize you're supposed to be your own psychiatrist, your own physician. The master once said, "Physician, heal thyself." You're supposed to learn enough that you can about yourself. And it helps to learn about the subconscious mind and personalities and things of that nature. But you begin to heal your own trauma. You begin to come to terms with things that may have happened to you when you were growing up. Come to terms with the belief systems that you've ingrained into yourself and that you've subscribed to. Forgive yourself. You came here and started out the same way that everybody else did. Dumb, blind, stupid, helpless, useless, dependent on somebody else to tell you how the world works. Now you're old enough to figure it out. So let's figure it out and put away childish things. And don't be upset with your past. Just, that's the way it was. Let's continue. Because as I have said in every video, you are divine. Everything you do is divine and perfect. There's been no mistakes made. Everything that happened in your past was specific and intentional. On a spiritual level, you may not understand it, but all those things in the past brought you to where you are. But all those things in the past have brought you to where you are right now, to become the person that you have become right now. It's all gaining wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. So you can look back on experiences and understand. You can see it through the perspective of knowing and of feeling, instead of just, guessing. So yeah, the conscious mind is a beast. Literally the beast. The beast has a physical counterpart and personification, but this is everyone's personal beast, everyone's personal enemy. And here's the thing also, it's not so much good and evil. It's just, this is what the things do. This is what the energies are here to perform. They're here to block you. That's what it's supposed to be. That doesn't mean you throw hate at it. You can understand it and work with it. You can use it to your benefit. Use all things to your benefit. Because at the end of the day, when you relate yourself and identify yourself with the subconscious mind, you are God. And there are no enemies against you. There is no one who can stand up to what you represent. So the thing is recognizing that you're not going to be used by, you're going to turn around and use the thing for your benefit. And if you don't need it, you can discard of it. If it's something that you can give, then give. But this is not about duality. This is not about confrontation and aggression and warfare. Okay, that's for a different breed of spirit. For those of us who are rising higher on the planes, evolving, escaping the punishment of Tartarus, we come to understand that we don't see the world through the eyes of duality. Yes, there is the principle of gender. Everything has its masculine and its feminine principle. But we exist right there in the middle, where androgyny, where self-creation is made. Because we all possess all qualities of all things. Every woman has testosterone. Every man has estrogen. Right? That's the yin-yang principle. Big black piece with a little white dot, big white piece with a little black dot. Everything is that way. It's called balance. It's called oneness. So let's escape the world of duality. Let's see it from a higher perspective and a higher plane. And understand that when your conscious mind is doing its thing, understand that it's doing its thing, and you now have the decision to go along with it or to separate. And hey, this is life. Sometimes it's fun to take that ride. Go on and take that ride. But understand no work is getting done there. That's not the point of life. Understand the work is in the darkness of the subconscious mind. That's where development is made, and that's where we move further. So, I bid you adieu, and I will see you on the next video. Leave a comment if there's a particular topic that you'd like for me to make a video on, if there's something you'd like for me to discuss, questions, whatever, give a shout out, go ahead and do so in the comment box. Also, if you see any value being provided from these videos or this one, go ahead and give me a thumbs up and a subscribe so you can catch all the videos as they're released every day. You got to click the little bell icon next to the subscribe, you know that. But yeah, appreciate that. This is TKTRAV, aka Travis Magus, coming back with LVX777, and I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.